What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's been a week since I've been live on Facebook. Happy Wednesday to my Facebook familia. It's your boy Ced. Coming to you live here from Tampa as usual, getting ready for the hurricane. So I guess it's time to drop a Facebook Live just in case my black ass blows away somewhere. So I wanted to jump in here really quickly to give you some network marketing real talk today. So super duper shout out to all my network marketing buddies and pals, all my affiliate marketing buddies and pals, all my regular friends and familia. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal Wednesday. Shout out to each and every one of you that are checking out the recording. And thank you for each and every one of you that are here live checking out this specific Facebook Live. Now, if you are in network marketing and you're building network marketing or you're looking at network marketing, this specific Facebook Live is for you because there's a lot of decisions that are made when it comes down to our industry. And we happen to be inside of that month. We happen to be inside of that month that is getting ready to turn the corner for a lot of people. Okay, the month of August is the month that people make decisions, and the month of September is the month that they pull the trigger. Kids are going back to school. Power bills are coming down to a normal range. You have kids in your house that you actually know of instead of some of your neighbors' baby kids that are eating up all of your food, drinking up all of the freaking Kool-Aid in there and running up your power bill. Now people are getting focused, right? We're a couple of days left and the beginning of the month is here. So you saw the headline. Now, if you've been on any of my Facebook Lives before, you know I love class participation. That's for number one. So I love the dialogue of back and forth. So definitely feel free to comment with your opinions or whatever the case may be. Okay, we don't go for the tit for tat or any of that. We love opinions. As a matter of fact, I'm giving you mine. Okay. However, I give opinions based off of experience, and a lot of the experience comes from failure, okay? And failure is your best teacher. Success is never your best teacher. Failure is always your best teacher. So I want to school you on a couple of things from failure, from spending 2 decades in this industry of paying attention to some things that are very, very important. So you saw the headline. Let's drop some facts, okay? This one major thing, ignoring this one major thing could cost you a significant amount of moolah. Now, what is that? When people are looking at direct selling and network marketing companies, unfortunately, some of us look at it for the wrong reasons. I have done that before in my past. I'm not going to sit here and lie. We had to go through some learning, right? Some of us tend to look at them for the wrong reasons. We look at the product first, or we look at the compensation plan first, or we look at the timing first, or we look at who we're working with first. And there's certain things that might jade our thinking. When one of the first things that you need to look at, the very first thing that you need to look at when you are locking arms in a direct selling company, or if you're already in one right now, you better pay attention to this, is who is signing your check, period. I don't care how great your product is. I don't care how great your compensation plan is. I don't care how long your company has been in business. I don't care how many countries it's doing business in. You shouldn't care about any of that stuff either. Who is signing your check? That's the very first thing that you have to look at. There's only 3 categories of owners inside of direct selling and network marketing. 3, not 5, not 10. There's only 3 categories of owners. Category number 1, experienced owners. People who've been in the industry for a while. They have experience, whether it's 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They were a distributor before, or maybe they owned another company before, or whatever the case may be, okay? Experienced owners. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, they've got experience. That's your first category of ownership. Your second category of ownership is rookie ownership, okay? Somebody has been a rep for 10 or 15 years and now they just upset, they're over it, I can do this better, I'm gonna do it myself. Okay, Yeah, be careful with that one. Okay, be careful with that one. I'm just gonna do it myself. Screw it. There's a lot of things that you might not know that you're getting yourself into. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being a rep. Trust me. There's a whole lot of extra responsibility when it comes down to ownership. But you've got the second category, which is rookie ownership. Okay, then you've got the third category, which is stock-owned ownership, meaning it's a publicly traded company. So you've got stock-owned ownership, publicly traded, or it might not be publicly traded, but it's owned by a different entity. Okay, so you've got, investment group ownership, you've got stock-owned ownership, you've got, NASDAQ ownership, whereas, somebody could come in and buy a chunk of the float of the company. Somebody like a Carl Icahn could come in there and buy a gazillion shares, and now they have controlling interest, and they can go in and start making changes right under your nose, and they might not even have network marketing experience. So 3 different categories. Now, why is this so important when it comes down to you? Why is this so important when it comes down to you? Well, you've heard me use the analogy before, and it's only fair that I use it again. I don't care if you like Virgin Atlantic. I don't care if you like American Airlines. I don't care if you like Southwest. I don't care if you like United. It doesn't matter what airline that you love. If the pilot is drunk, you're dead. If the pilot is drunk, you're dead. Period. Period. Now, I've seen owners inside of this industry do some crazy things. I've seen owners run companies up to $50, $60 million a month and then run them back down to $1 million a month. I've seen owners send pictures of their genitals to networkers. One of the worst things that you can do is tell a network marketer a secret, let alone send a pic of your genitals to a network marketer. That has got to be the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life. You have no business running a network marketing company if you are that stupid. If you are that stupid. I've seen owners make crazy decisions based upon their bottom line. Oh my goodness, we got to tweak this comp plan over here. We got to tweak it this way and tweak it that way because we're not keeping enough money. Okay. I've seen owners that couldn't even make a decision because they were called the CEO, but they still can't make a decision because there's other people that make the decisions, right? So when you're looking at companies, you've got to be very, very particular on what is the track record of the people that are signing the checks. Now, there's a significant amount of companies that I got a text message earlier today, and I won't say any names. I'll be very, very, very vague on this one because ain't no telling with that particular owner. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I got a text message from somebody earlier today, good friend of mine, great friend of mine. Like said, such and such is doing this and such is doing that, and I want to know if you were open. First of all, I'm not open. Not open at all. I'm focused, man. I'm zoned in, man. I'm good to Gucci. I'm back home where I belong, so I am good. Secondly, as soon as you mention XYZ's name, if Earth was running out of air and I had to buy air in that network marketing company because of that owner, I would die. I would go. Because I know better. Because I've seen some things that certain people have done, and I'm like, man, I'm good. I am good. Doesn't matter that it's a change of something. I'm super duper good. The other thing that you got to pay attention to as well is that I've never seen, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen the owners of Amway ever go on like businessfromhome.org or Behind MLM or any of these other blog sites and comment based upon things that a blog was saying. Never. See, people that run $9 billion a year companies don't have time to be communicating inside of blogs because somebody's throwing some shade over here, somebody's throwing some shade over there. But if owners have time to comment on blogs, you got time to comment. You're running a multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar company. You got time to comment on blogs? Really? You got that kind of time? Really? Okay. You got time to go back and forth with the author. You've got that kind of time. Don't you got a legal team for that? Don't you got people that can take care of that? Okay. We as distributors, we have to remember that without the distributors, there is no company. Some of y'all keep forgetting that. Without the distributors, there is no company. There is no company. Okay? It's just that simple. So when all the dust settles, if you're out there marketing the products and or services that you're marketing, it's behoove you to pay attention to the decisions that have been made in the past, the present, and any that you might feel that might be made in the future by the people that are stamping your check. Because you don't control anything. So many of us get involved in this industry and we don't read our T&Cs. We don't read our terms and conditions. You don't control anything. I see people that just like, they tattoo their companies on them. And I'm like, you're crazy. You don't control anything. You don't control nothing. Nothing. You don't own anything. Nothing. Did I say nothing? Nothing. You don't own nothing. In the words of my daddy, nothing. You own nothing. So if you own nothing, it's behoove you to pay attention. It's behoove you to pay attention to who you are in business with. Because you are representing the brand. You are representing that leadership. You are representative of the decisions that are being made from up above. And whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, you have to pass down those decisions to your organization. So if it's a series of bad decisions, you have to pass that information down. If it's a series of good decisions, you have to pass that information down. I'm a serious fan of owners that actually pay attention to the field, that really truly listen to the field, that don't take 5 years to make a decision, or, don't take 10 months to make a decision on it, or owners that actually run their companies that don't have to run it by 10 other different people just to make a decision. Or there's only 5 or 6 people in the company that have so much pull that they've got the influence over certain ownership that the ownership only listens to those 5 or 6 people. You better recognize the good old boy network that you're involved in. If there is a good old boy network, you need to pay attention to it. You need to pay attention to it. You need to understand politics. You might not want to understand politics, but if you say, hey, I want to be a strong 6-figure earner or 7-figure earner, you're going to have to understand politics. Period. End of story. Feel free to ignore this video. Feel free to think I'm crazy and I'm high off of energy drinks, because I'm not, even though this thing is good. Hold on for a second. I'm telling you to pay attention. I'm telling you to pay attention. It blows my mind. It blows my mind how people don't pay attention to this. It blows my mind. I've seen so many Ponzi schemes, right, go out of business, right? I've had people hit me up about so many different things. Now, listen, let me point this out here really quickly. I've got to say this, and I'm gonna be conscious of what I'm saying. I've got a lot of friends in the crypto space, and I participate in the crypto space, just not in the MLM side of the crypto space. And I've had a lot of friends make a ton of money in the crypto game and networking. And I've had a lot of friends that have approached me about certain crypto opportunities that as soon as they hit me with it, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Because I was able to see a couple of things that maybe they didn't see. And then when I dissect the ownership, and I'm like, and these things disappear so quick. All of a sudden, all the Bitcoin disappeared, companies shut down. Like really? But said we made a killing in it. Okay, I mean, all right, that's cool. You made $10 million. I mean, I'm happy for you. But if I were you, I would move to Brazil. I would move somewhere where you can't be extradited. See, there's a reason why the main owner of Telex Free disappeared to Brazil. There's a reason why Telex Free, the network marketing company, was on the TV show American Greed. There's a reason why Andy Bowden, the owner of AdSurf Daily, that everybody kept going to this crazy event. this 72-year-old guy cannot be scamming all of us. There's no way this 72-year-old guy is scamming all of us. Yes, this 72-year-old guy is scamming all of us. Yes, 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 yes. There's a reason why he's in jail. There's a reason why so many owners that cash in, that do certain things, are no longer with us right now. Why are they no longer with us? Because of greed and decisions that we as distributors don't pay close enough attention to. You see, if I take my dog from my house, and if my dog has fleas, which my dog does not, but if my dog has fleas and I bring him to your house for the weekend, all I did was change the address of the dog. That's all I did. The dog bought the fleas from my house and dropped them off at your house. So when the company owner that did something crazy in XYZ company goes to start a new company, those fleas from the previous company are just coming to the new company. Hello, McFly. Hello, McFly. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now, first of all, just in case somebody's looking at this, I ain't throwing no shade, no hate, no haterade on anybody, because nothing anybody's doing is affecting me, because I don't live in a world of lack. And I think everybody should never, ever, ever live in a world of lack. Because listen, if somebody can be recruited out of your team, they were never in your team. Let me repeat that. If somebody can be recruited out of your team, they were never in your team. So as they came in, you give them love. And if they leave, you give them love. You give them the same love. You don't know what's going to happen 3 years from now. You don't know what's going to happen 5 years from now. You don't know what's going to happen 10 years from now. Okay? They're making a decision based on their feelings, based on their family, based on their situation and their circumstances. And there might be some things going on inside of their life that you don't know about. And maybe they weren't able to dissect ownership, or maybe they weren't able to do certain specific things that you might know of when it comes down to doing your own research and making sure that you're partnered up with the right people. Man, that's so important. But we forget it because we just are like, no, that product is great. This person put together this great product and this is great. You know, I've seen owners that are really, really smart that put together some really, really good products that, you know, had illegal ingredients in it. You know, there was a company back years ago that sold they sold a male enhancement pill. They sold a male enhancement pill. And I had some friends over there that were killing it. I mean, I got a former upline that was slinging these pills like freaking Rick Ross in 1985 in Watts. I'm talking people calling her 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night. You got some more of them pills? You got some more? Are you selling male enhancement pills or grams? What are you selling? I mean, this selling like crazy. In ownership, they had a little spat. There's a little spat. Oh, one of them sent the pill to the FDA. The FDA found an ingredient in it that they didn't like and told them they had to redo the whole formula because that ingredient had the same ingredient that Viagra had. Interesting. Well, I don't know. You want to go against lobbyists? You want to go against a pharmaceutical company that creates Viagra? You want to go against Pfizer? You want to go against companies that pay lobbyists hundreds of thousands of dollars to smack people like you? Because that's what they do. That's what they do. Welcome to politics. Well, long story short, company went out of business. Cost people $20, $30, $40, $50, $80,000 a month. It was crazy. What if the ownership just made the right decision from day one and they didn't put that ingredient in there? But because of greed, that's what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. So many people just don't get it. Your livelihood is at stake. That's why I conduct these videos, to share some knowledge with you that other people might not share with you. You know, there's a lot of people training on different topics inside of network marketing. Some of my great friends. On the same token, I like to give you that raw shit. You know, the stuff that you've been thinking about, the stuff that you're wondering about, that ain't nobody talking about. They ain't talking about it. I'm going to talk about it. As long as I can breathe, I'm going to talk about it. If the storm don't blow me away this weekend, I'm going to still be talking about it next weekend. And I'm going to talk about it the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. Because you need the truth. You need the truth because you are making decisions. A lot of us are making decisions based on who introduced us to something. And it might be a good friend of yours. It might be a family member of yours. And you trust that person. And there's nothing wrong with trusting that person. It doesn't mean, though, that that person did their research. It doesn't mean that that person did their research. So if you're putting 100% of your livelihood in the hands of someone else, more power to you. I'm just going to tell you that if you want to build a 5-year, 8-year, 10-year, 20-year career, if you want to build a residual that keeps on paying, you might want to pay attention to who you're in business with. You might want to pay attention to who you're in business with. Like, would you get married after 48 hours? You don't know who you're in business with. Yes, marriage is a business. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a business. It's a contract. It's a contract. Would you get married in 48 hours without doing your research? You know, they said the best, there's only 2 ways to really figure out a human. 2 ways. The best 2 ways to figure out a human being. You live with them or you rent a house to them. Some of y'all understand this and some of y'all don't. The best 2 ways to figure out a human being, you live with them or you rent a house to them. Because people live a certain way. People always live a certain way. They're going to live that way with you or without you. They live a certain way. So if you could be dating somebody for 6 months and then all of a sudden, you were never in their presence of being with them for a week or 2 weeks. And then let's say that you're with that person for a week and all of a sudden you see how they live and you're like, this is interesting. That's what you're marrying, whether it's a woman or a man. That's what you're marrying. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. The hotels are cool. The phone calls are cool. The dates are cool. Hang out with that person give them 2 weeks at your house. Hang out with them for 2 weeks. You realize exactly who you're doing business with. Rent a house to somebody. Rent a house to somebody, and as a landlord, pop up one day that they weren't expecting you. Pop up, and you'll see what's going on. You'll see how people live. You'll see the truth. Now, why do I bring that up? It's because, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you got to hang out with people a little bit before you sign your life away. And if you would not sign your life away and get married in 48 hours and 72 hours, why are you signing your life away in business without doing some research on the people that you're actually in business with? But Cedrick, I trust the person that introduced me to it. That's great. That's great. Awesome. I trust a lot of people. I have trusted a lot of people. I've also realized well, let me leave that one alone. I've trusted a lot of people. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. But it's up to you to do your own research. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you to realize who can make decisions and who can't make decisions. It's up to you. So many people just don't realize, like they don't realize when entities are ran a certain way, why it takes so long for decisions to be made. Because entities are ran a certain way, but you didn't know that. You didn't really truly understand that. You know, you were in the industry for 3 years. You had 1 year that you made 80 grand, and now all of a sudden you're the smartest cookie in the bunch when it comes down to network marketing. And Mary or Johnny or Lucy told you about something, you're like, I'm in. You didn't do no research on the back end, don't know who owns what, don't know if there's an entity that owns it, don't know if it's stock owned, don't know if it's rookie ownership, don't know if it's long-term ownership, don't know if the company owner was in business for 30 years and all of a sudden they just decided to give it to their son now who can't even spell MLM, that's been working in the office for 6 months and now they're the CEO. Like, this is the type of research that you have to do, because companies get ran into the ground. They legitimately get ran into the ground. And you, my friends, and me, all of us, we're the ones that represent the brands. We are. We're the ones that represent the brands. We're the ones that represent the companies. We're the ones that represent the products. So as an active distributor inside of network marketing, because no, I'm not a non-active distributor. I'm not a non-active trainer that loves to train you on stuff that I haven't done in 27 years like so many other people. No, 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 no. As an active distributor inside of direct selling and network marketing, I can tell each and every one of you this. Pay close attention to who you're in business with. It's the most important decision that you're going to make when you're looking at your direct selling company. It's not just the product. It's not just the comp plan. It's not just the timing. It's not just where you're able to do business at. Because what good is it if it's gone in 3 months? What good is it if it's gone in a year? What good is it? Have quite a few of us had to make changes in our life? Yeah, I've made quite a few changes in direct selling in my 20 years of doing this. Am I mad about it? Am I upset about it? No. Do some people out there get upset about it? Sure they do, but I don't live for those people. You better stop living for other people. You better live for you. Do you understand a drowning person can't help another drowning person? So while you keep worried about somebody else, a drowning person cannot help another drowning person. So if I don't know how to swim and you don't know how to swim, and both of us are in the freaking ocean, our asses is dead. We're dead, done. But if I know how to swim and you don't know how to swim, I can help you. If you know how to swim and I don't know how to swim, you can help me. Two drowning people cannot help each other. Somebody has to be above water, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Pay attention to who you're in business with. It's so, so important. Otherwise, you'll be looking back 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, and you'll be like, oh, man. I remember a little license plate that we used to have that says, told you so. We used to be in a company, that sold a lot of shakes, rhymes with Cialis, another pill that helps men. What's up with all these men that need all these pills? I ain't there yet. Hopefully I never get there. But what's up with that? We'll talk about that another day. That's a whole nother Facebook Live. I see some crazy things over there, right? I see some crazy things. You want to talk about rising and falling on leadership. You want to talk about decisions. I ain't here to talk smack about nobody. Not my place. You do your own research. But if everything rises and falls on leadership, the proof is in the pudding. You can see it for yourself. I ain't got to say nothing. I ain't got to say nothing. You can see it for yourself. People lie. Women lie. Men lie. Kids lie. Even dogs lie. But numbers never lie. Never, never, never. Did I say never? Never, never, ever, 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 never, ever, 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 ever. They never lie. So while people lie or tell you something that they want you to hear based on their perception of something, or because they are so well versed in personal development that they can do some NLP on you and you don't even know what's happening. You don't even have a clue that they're mind fucking you and you can't even get it. You don't even get it. It's happening right in front of you and you didn't even know it. You didn't even feel it. You didn't even realize it. They enroll you in something based on how they feel versus you looking at it saying, well, hold on. Look at these decisions that have been made already in the past. Why is this person doing this? And why did they do it this way? And why did they do this? And why did they do that? And why did all these changes happen back to back? And why can't people make their mind up and make a decision and stick to it? Like you have to start asking yourself certain questions and stop being concerned about how Johnny is going to feel about your decision, how Mary is going to feel about your decision, how Lucy is going to feel about your decision. People are going to feel a certain way. I have people join me and people that have left me. I love them when they come in and love them when they leave. As long as when they leave, they ain't, talking stupid smack, it's all good. Because I'm a network marketer, but I'm still a businessman first. So kind of like when Nipsey Hussle said, he's a dude like, you a celebrity. He says, I'm a Crip first though. To tighten up, taking videos and be like that. Like I'm a Crip first. I ain't a celebrity first. Like you running up on me with a camera. You better tighten up. I don't know who you are. Okay. I'm a businessman first. I'm a networker second. You need to be a businessman and a businesswoman first and a networker second. Because as a businessman and or a businesswoman, there's certain decisions that you've got to make based upon your gut, based upon what you see, based upon what you feel, based upon the company that you are around, based upon the timing, based upon things that you know, based upon some things that you might not know, that it's behoove you to do some research on before you stamp it. Because when you stamp it by default, there's going to be a lot of people that feel as if you've already done the research. One of the reasons why I don't get involved in everything that I get inboxed is because I know that I could legitimately abuse my leadership if I want to abuse it. I could be posting something every 48 hours if I choose to. I've got a strong enough following that every 48 hours I could be posting something if I wanted to. And not saying that 1,000 people are going to join it every 2 days, because that's not going to happen. Okay. But I could create 18 checks in the next 18 days if I wanted to. But that would screw up my credibility, because I'm not doing any research on any of these things. You just can't keep joining and post, share. Then when things go out of business or this happens or that happens, you got the egg on your face. Hey, it's not my fault. I mean, I get it. It's not our fault that certain things go out of business. I've been around with that, but on the same token, we got to pay attention to who we're co-signing. And if you see certain things happen, it's called the clue. Now I'm gonna leave it with this. I live by this Kenny Rogers rule of life. Okay, the Kenny Rogers rule of life is really simple. You got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. And my dad left me with a really, really good nose of being able to smell stuff. I could smell stuff ahead of time. I can see some things sometimes ahead of time that other people can't see. And some people don't agree with it, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not designed for everybody to agree. Okay. But I made some decisions that some people didn't agree with. I looked like an idiot in the beginning. Then 6 months later, I looked a little smarter. Then a year later, I looked like a genius. And then 2 years later, it's like, how did you figure that out? I saw some stuff before you saw it. I smelled some stuff before you smelled it. I've seen some changes. I've seen some people do some things that I just knew that was going to drive things in the ground. Okay. So case in point, sex and drugs. Sex and drugs can kill your business, period. So from an ownership perspective, whether it's a group, whether it's one CEO, whether it's multiple people, whether it's whatever, there's sex and drugs involved, and it's coming from an ownership level. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. You cannot sleep where you eat. Doesn't work. God, man, it doesn't work. Yeah, I got experience with that one too. Don't work. Never works. Never did he say never? Ever works. Don't sleep where you eat. Leave your drugs at home. Stay away from the drugs. Because drugs and alcohol make you do things that you wouldn't do when you were sober. I remember talking to Houghton Bugs one day, and Houghton said, let me tell you something about an OG event. You ever come to an OG event, there will be no alcohol, period. Never. There's no alcohol at an OG event. Okay, now, hey, I go to an event, now I'll have a drink at an event or whatever. Not saying that there's a problem with alcohol at the event. You just need to know your tolerance level. I know my tolerance level, and I know when to disappear. I know when to turn into David Copperfield. I know after X amount of shots, I might say some stuff that I ain't got no business saying. So if I get to that point, I'm going to disappear. Boom. So if I need another shot, I'm by myself. I ain't around nobody, no video, no audio, no text, no pictures, no nothing, nada. And I remember Houghton saying this, and he says, yeah, man, when people get liquid courage, they tend to do some crazy things. They tend to do things that they normally would not do. And hitting on somebody's wife, or hitting on somebody's husband or girlfriend or boyfriend. This is how people get shot. This is how people get into major fights. This is how organizations get destroyed, okay, because of liquid courage, or because of drugs or cocaine or Molly or acid. Like, how can you be in an ownership level having cocaine parties? Are you stupid? Like, you really like took a page out of the Scarface book. Like, there's a mound of freaking coke on the table, and you're like, you just drop your head in it. And you got reps there with you. thinking that they ain't gonna talk about that. Just because they doing it with you don't mean nothing. They talk as soon as they leave the penthouse, they talking about it. You ain't gonna believe what we just did. It was so cool. I'm like, really? This is a problem. That ain't cool, man. So if you see certain things like that, just know it's a matter of time. Sex and drugs, from an ownership perspective, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You change your comp plan 5 times in 2 years. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You're moving around legs. You're doing this. You're doing that. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. You're sending out pictures of your genitals. It's a matter of time. You messing with somebody's wife. You messing with somebody's husband. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. So when you're looking at the deal, make sure you do your research, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that your people, I'm not saying that everybody has to have this super squeaky clean background. I don't have a squeaky clean background. That's one of the reasons why some of y'all follow me. I'm a 3-time felon. I'm a 3-time loser. I ain't scared to say that in front of y'all. I'm a 3-time loser. It's okay. I've been to jail multiple times. It's all good. It's part of life, right? 9 years after I went to jail, though, I was a millionaire. So it was okay. It was part of the story. It's a part of the story. It's part of the game. So I failed just like everybody else. But you learn from those failures. You learn from those failures. And then you apply the knowledge that you have learned, especially when it comes down to being able to help other people along the way not make the same mistake. For them to not make the same mistake. And some people won't listen to you in the beginning, but at least you can say that you spoke your truth. You spoke it. They might see it 2 years later, but always remember, it's how you deliver it at the same time. It's how you deliver it at the same time. So how are you delivering it? How are you delivering that specific message? And does your ownership have some integrity? And does your ownership actually really care about the people, or do they care about the numbers? I see way too many people from an ownership perspective as from a leadership perspective that don't really care about the people. They don't really care about the people. They just care about the numbers. They don't care. They don't give a rat's butt about the people. It's all about the numbers. Numbers. Don't care less about their leaders. Nothing. Be careful of that company owner or that company leadership. Be careful of that. Now, as I end this Facebook Live, I just want y'all to understand a couple of things. My Facebook wall is not designed for the weak at heart. So if you have a weak heart, or if you were cool with people blowing smoke up your skirt, there's a lot of them doing Facebook Lives between like 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you want the truth, hang out on my wall. I'm just gonna give you the truth. As long as I'm breathing, I'm gonna give you the truth. Now, am I 100% correct all the time? I'm imperfect, just like each and every one of you. However, I will never, ever speak from theory. I'm only going to speak from experience. I'm only going to speak from experience. And after 20 years of seeing a lot and being in numerous different companies and being dealt with numerous different owners on a one-on-one level, numerous different CEOs' phone numbers in my cell phone right now, I can tell you, I've seen some crazy stuff. Don't make some bad decisions like I did. Make better decisions. And then if you see certain things happening, sometimes you gotta throw up the deuces sign. Sometimes you gotta say, you know what, it's all good. This ain't for me. Gotta say deuces. This ain't for me. Some people might not like it. I can't remember how many times my upline didn't like when I left something. People don't like it when you make them money and then you don't make them money anymore. People don't like that. Okay, but you gotta embrace that. It's okay. It's part of the game, because maybe you saw something that they didn't see. It's okay. Love them from afar. So if any of my former uplines are looking at this, I love you from afar. I saw one of them on here. What's up, Josh? I love you all. I love you. I love all of you. Did I say all of you? All of you, because there's 1 or 2 of you that think that I might not love you. I still love you. I love you from afar. Don't mean I got to be in business with you. Don't mean I got to talk to you. Don't mean I got to see you. Don't mean I got to read an email. Don't mean I got to look at a text. Don't mean I got to sneak on the Facebook wall. None of that. We don't do any of that. I can love you from afar, because we can always love people from afar. We can always love people from afar, okay? But we learn in life. I don't know, it's 20 years I've had, let's see if it's been 13, maybe 13, 14 companies. I don't think it's been that many. Let's say it was 10. So that's 10, I would say seven to 8 different uplines, direct sponsors anyway. Maybe 7 to 10 direct sponsors in 20 years. 7 to 10 direct sponsors in 7 years, in 20 years. And there's probably about 3 of them that could possibly look at this video and think that, okay, what's up with Ced? I'm totally cool with you. I don't want one or 2 people to be thinking I'm talking about them, but there's about 3 people that could qualify for that. I love you all. There's no need to have any ill will toward anybody, ladies and gentlemen. Do you realize that when you don't live in a lack world and everybody can live in a world of abundance is super cool? It is so super cool when everybody can live in a world of abundance. It's almost like I was in a particular company and there's some people that decided to stay there, right? And I'm totally cool with that, man. Like, if those people blow up and make my upline $100,000 a month, I'm happy for all of them. You know why? Because I can't spend their money anyway. I can't spend that money anyway. And why should I be bothered if somebody is making 20, 30, 50, 80, $100,000 a month? You should be happy that they're winning. You should be happy. It's cool. It's okay. You make your money, let them make theirs. It's cool. Everybody can win. There's enough money around for everybody. It's when we get this lack mentality that we start taking pop shots on social media or saying that's a lack mentality. Why do you live in a lack mentality? So what? Johnny's doing this or Mary. So what? Let them freaking blow up, man. Make $1 million a month. I'm happy for everybody, because I can tell you this. I can tell you this. If there's 350 million people in the United States alone and you still focused on 1 or 2 or 3 people that was in your organization before that might have the opportunity to blow up, you have a screwed up brain, because there's still 350 million people left in the United States alone that aren't in your organization. Where's the rest of the countries that your company does business in? Like, you in 5 different countries and you worried about 3 people. You worried about 3 people. You worried about 5 people. Oh my goodness, there's 15 people that were over there. There's 50 people. I mean, I've been in situations where there was 3,000 people left, 4,000 people left. I had to throw the deuces up. I was the very first 5-star ambassador to resign from ViSalus Sciences. The very first one. You don't believe me? You go look it up on YouTube. The #1 recruiter at the time. Very first person to resign as a 5-star ambassador. People told me that was crazy. Don't tell me that no more. I don't know what they're doing right now, but it ain't 60 million a month. I can promise you that. I think it's about $1 million. Big difference, right? Big difference. But leaving, it was thousands of people that were left. Some of them didn't see it. They were like, man, you crazy. None of them are there now. None of them. 100% of them are gone. 100%. But you don't get upset because there's people that are left. Let them build it. Let them make money. Let them win. They joined you, but maybe they didn't leave with you. It's okay. Still love them. Still high-five them. Still wish them well. Still wish them well. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. And don't wish anything bad to happen either. Legitimately wish them well. Like, legitimately wish them well. Legitimately wish them well. And let them win. Because winning is cool. Even when your enemies win, it's cool. Let them win, man. Your brother might win, your sister might win, your enemies might win, your cousins, your former upline, your former downline. Listen, you're gonna have people. I saw a friend of mine that's on here right now that's absolutely killing it, right? Killing it. I saw her, Cheryl Cocoa. I see you on here, girl. I don't know if you're still on here or not, but I see you. Cheryl Cocoa was in an organization of mine. I remember when Cheryl Cocoa was making freaking $600 a month. That's right, I said it publicly. If you don't like it, you'll get over it. You'll be okay. I still love you. I remember when she was making $600 a month. I can't tell you what she makes right now because it's absolutely retarded. But she's leading a phenomenal company right now. Smart woman. So doggone smart. I mean, she will fool you too. Some of y'all don't know how smart that woman is. You have no idea how smart she is. You think you know, but you really don't know. No, I'm not a part of royalty. No, I don't own any shares in the company. No, I don't have a private position in the company. For she's talking, he's edifying Cheryl. He must got a spot over there. No, I don't. I don't have a spot in my name, my sister's name, my brother's name, my daughter's name, my 3 other companies' name. No shares, no ownership, no nothing. I just know a good leader when I see one. And I know when somebody can go from $500-600 a month to now doing what they're doing right now is freaking beautiful. They might not be doing it with me. It's okay. I still edified. I actually said it publicly on my Facebook Live. Some of y'all are scared of that. Some of y'all are scared of that. Stop living in a lack world. Wish everybody well, man. There's so much money out here. It's crazy. All I'm going to say is this. Just make sure that you pay attention to who you're doing business with. Can you do that? Because that's the reason why I started this Facebook Live. And all of a sudden, it's going on a whole different tangent right now. And it's going to be very hard for Rev.com to transcribe this doggone Facebook Live if I keep going into 4 or 5 different topics when I was only supposed to stick to one. So let me go ahead and end this Facebook Live before it ends up being a whole nother topic. And now it's another 45 minutes. That's what happens when you drink an energy drink right before a Facebook Live. You have no idea what you might say. So with that, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for popping on this Facebook Live. I hope you got some value from this. I hope you took some notes or two. You know, sometimes some of y'all come and look at this for entertainment and laugh, and they don't tell them what I'm going to say, and this is true. I don't know what I'm going to say either, but I appreciate you popping on here as well. But this isn't for entertainment. This isn't sitting here to make you laugh. If you get some entertainment out of it, that's fantastic. I'm happy. On the same token, though, I do these videos for knowledge. I do these videos so you can take the mistakes that I've made, the mistakes of other people, as you're somebody that is, whether you've been in this industry for 3 years, 3 months, 3 years, 10 years, or whatever the case may be, that you can take the knowledge from other people that have already done certain things that maybe you're trying to accomplish and allow them to tell you about some of the pitfalls. So now you are warned. Now you are warned. Okay? It's up to you to do something with the info now. So, with that being said, good gracious me mighty, look at all these doggone comments. I got quite a few people to comment on. If for whatever reason I don't comment back to you, don't mean I'm ignoring you. Trust me, there's a couple of 100 comments on here. I appreciate you guys. You guys rock. So thank you so much for the past 47 minutes that you have spent with me. I know you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to hang out with me for the past 47 minutes. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the likes, the shares, the emojis, and all that good stuff. Thank you for the text messages. What's up, E-Double? I see you. Thank you for the text, brother. Shout out to each and every one of you that inboxes me on a regular basis. If I inspire you in some kind of way, I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I do not take any of that for granted. Trust me, I learned a long time ago to continue to eat humble pie, because as soon as you don't, God will slap you in the back of your head and take you back to where you came from. So until you do realize it. So with that being said, thank y'all. I appreciate you guys. God willing, we'll be back here tomorrow doing it all over again. And pray for Florida. Pray for Florida. Pray for Puerto Rico. And pray for the Virgin Islands, because it's looking a little nasty out there right now. So I got to make a decision of whether or not I'm going to be hanging out in Florida. I'm going to be taking my butt north and disappearing for a couple of days until this thing calms down. So with that being said, thank you guys. Everybody have a great day. Until the next time, go out there and make somebody smile today. You know why? Because they deserve it, and so do you. God bless you all. We'll catch you on the next Facebook Live. Deuces.